What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another How to Play here on the channel. Today, I want to talk about River Cook's 6th place finishing Sato, Rikido Sato 1 under order. Congratulations on the 6th place finish. The goal of this deck is I want to give a quick little snapshot of what the deck list looks like and really give a deep dive of like what does Sato do, and then we're going to talk about the strategies and tactics utilized inside this deck, and then we're going to take a quick recap at the deck list at the very end of the video and kind of see what other pieces connect the dots. So, Sato is a 6-hand size, 29 health character. We're playing under the order symbol today, and basically he says, I can take a card in my hand that I don't like, remove it from the game, to give this attack that I'm, my attack stun 1, and I get to redraw a card. Fun fact, I can do this on both players' turns. If I don't like the block that I have in my hand, I can get rid of it and then redraw, but only my attacks get the stun. And then response after I've drawn a card, which, hey, I drew a card off my face, I get to give my attack +1 damage. So any other amount of draw power that I can have inside the deck feels pretty good. So let's talk about deck strategy, right? There's tons of draw power. I want to draw cards. I want to see cards because I want options to remove the cards that I don't like to redraw fresh cards, and 2, every card that I can draw is +1 damage. Imagine if every card that you draw is +1 damage in your deck. That sounds pretty good. And then he's got consistent stun every single turn. His character says, at minimum, 2 of your foundations are going to be committed on my turn, unless you've got some crazy stun hate that happens. And this guy wants a slugfest. He wants to see at least 1 attack every turn so that he can dig deeper, and then his momentum equals big bombs. It feels very bad to let Sato ever hit you because he utilizes his resources so incredibly well. His cards for hands he doesn't like, he gets rid of, and he replaces, he gets damage. If he hits you, he's going to utilize that momentum to hit you harder. And that just like feels really strong in a deck like this. So let's talk about the bombs. We've got Reciprocal Acceleration Kick and Reciprocal Burst, 2 incredible kicks that say both EX2, EX3, stun 1, 2 fast to handle, and the ability of giving them additional stun, especially when it comes to Reciprocal Burst of it having stun 1, Sato giving it stun 1, I'll stun 1, it gets 2 extra speed off of its responses, and then once it has a bunch of speed, I've built up a bunch of damage because of all the cards I've drawn, I get to utilize momentum that I've used earlier, and then I kill you. Reciprocal Acceleration Kick doing a very similar thing, but instead of a really tall move, Reciprocal Acceleration Kick says that I can remove cards from my card pool in order to pay for the EX. So he kind of like gets to cheat and have an extra turn. I'll play an attack, Reciprocal Acceleration Kick, I'll get rid of these other 2, I'll play 2 more attacks that I found off of my draw of my character. So that feels very good. So you got to worry about not just a wide turn, but also a tall turn. Scary, super scary stuff. On to the bread and butter. We've got things like Reciprocal Extend and High Engine Kick that both say draw 1 card, as well as, you know, the High Engine Kick gives the next kick I play this turn +2/+2. Feels very good after a Reciprocal Extend. Feels very good after. Feels very good before Reciprocal Extend. Feels very good before one of my bombs. And then giving any of these moves, you know, an extra stun feels great, right? Reciprocal Extend comes in as a 4 mid for 6 all by itself with stun 1. That's an insane 4 diff, not even counting the fact that it gets 2/2 to the next. And then Electric Jolt is just like, you know, it's a stun 1 move that it gets an additional stun 1. It's a 3 mid for 5 in our character that commits a couple extra cards and then selectively commits things once it's in our momentum. These are the cards that I really want to see on turn 2 to try and sneak them in momentum, so turn 3, turn 4, I can drop the bombs. One of the big things about the Slugfest style decks is normally they end with 1 card, maybe 2 cards in their hand. And with Sato's ability to remove the card he doesn't like and then redraw, it's even sometimes hard to juke him out zones, but we still have to be able to block with them. So things like Heroic Lineage and Fusion, saying that I I can commit them once they get a damage buff in Heroic Lineage's case, or Fusion just commit this attack gets -2 speed. Sticky Balls, this ranged attack gets -4 speed. Feels very good. But conversely, we're a Slugfest 6-hand size character. Heroic Lineage gives damage, Fusion gives speed, Sticky Ball says flip, add a card into their card pool. So these cards really have this dual purpose of, yeah, you're not going to hit me, and once it becomes my turn, I'm really going to swing back on you whenever I get the chance. Incredibly powerful dual purpose cards. And then next we've got the stun synergy. We've got things like League Invitation, Making a Stand, Desperate Times. If you happen to draw cards like I'm trying to do with Desperate Times, I get to commit more of your stage so that on my turn, my stun 2 is a little more potent, making a stand saying that all of my stun moves gain +1 damage. Pretty convenient because I can give 2 of my moves every turn an extra stun and an extra damage. This is just bigger, as well as it being, you know, momentum hate. And then League Invitation saying flip, my opponent makes a check. If they decide to pass it by checking their 5, committing their 2 foundations, my move got stun 2 on their turn. Otherwise, I can flip, and essentially it's an electric jolt that sits in my stage. Card's incredibly powerful under the order symbol at the moment. So let's talk one more time about all the cool cards that we missed. Things like Gecko Stomp of if fully blocked, you get to build an extra foundation. If there's one thing you don't want a slugfest character like Sato to do, you don't want him to build big. And so like that card feels really, really strong. And then we got things like Unexpected Hero for after they've run out of cards in their hand to flip for -3 speed +3 damage. It can also be utilized for speed hate. Flip for -3 speed if you're going to full block a thing. We don't care how much damage it has. Class 1A President, that same idea. If this move is very fast, it gets +2 or -2. And you know, our goal is to try and kill them with something like a Reciprocal Burst, right? It feels very, very good. And then lastly, just like the classical good card of requesting assistance, just saying, hey, I want to re-ready any foundation that I might need. Things on defense like Sticky Balls Fusion, Heroic Lineage, I can flip once I've gotten that momentum that I've stolen off of Jolt's ability to re-ready this foundation to try and keep myself alive, or re-ready foundations in order to pump damage even harder. Feels very, very good. So again, big shout out to River for his their 6th place KC RLE finish with Order Sato. Incredible. This deck is super fun, and I really suggest you try and get out. With that said, if you like this and you want to see more, let me know down in the comments down below how you want these presented, as well as go check out all the other how to plays that I've made here on the channel. With that, thank you much for watching, and I wish you well.